Right, I'm here, Group 1 in Brighton. I've got that, which is a brand new 1300 GSA, but the ASA version. I'm going to head and do the full Monty around the UK in 48 hours. Let's do it. We've got a lot of time together. Hints and tips for long distance riding. Watch how jolty this is. Because I was snoring like a good one. I woke myself up. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's a cold wind. Sheesh. Oh, I feel like I've been run over by a truck. Guess what? The A1's shut. So, those of you who've been following the channel for a while, you might remember that when the 1250 GS came out, I took a 1250 GSA and I attempted to do this, and it broke down at St David's. Remember the hot start issue that the 1250s had? Unofficially, but they did. A lot of you have been asking, will I do it on the new 1300? And since they've got the ASA, and when I took the ASA out on the GS, I didn't realise about the auto learning function. I thought, well, let's test that out as well. So that's what we're going to do today. Folks here at Group 1 have opened up nice and early for me. It is Sunday, the 2nd of Feb, 2025. Yeah, that is the right year. And that's it. We're going to leave at 9 o'clock, 48 hours to go to Land's End, St David's, John of Groats, Ness Point, and then back here. There's wheel. Let's do it. Is that door wide enough? Yeah. Right then. Currently 8:44. Let's get that screen up max. Let's change this to heating. Heated grips on. Don't need heated seat yet. That is us. Oh, you don't rev when you're in auto. Okay, right, I'll tell you what. For this, I'm going to move this to Google Maps. I'm going to use Kali to plot the route, but I'm going to use Google Maps for the navigation just because it has traffic and everything like that, and that's imperative for this, because to get this done in 48 hours, it's fairly time critical. All good? Right, okay, so it's 8:46. Let's go. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm going to try and stick to the speed limits as much as we can here, obviously we always do, obviously. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this auto learn function. Apparently the ASA box, it sort of learns how you ride. But in order to do that, you sort of have to manually override the gear changes and everything. So if it changes, say, up a gear, and you're not happy with that, then you just change down. Just use the gear lever normally, like you normally would. See this one already, this one feels different. For starters, this is much higher up. This is the trophy version. They've put the seat up for me, they've put the big screen on. This bike came from BMW UK, so a massive shout out to them. Thank you very much for lending me a bike to do this. And Group 1 have sort of put the big screen on it for me and sort of a few other bits and pieces out. So big shout out to the folks there as well. So let's see. Right, first stop is going to be Land's End. Now it's going to be a bit of a boring ride to get there, so I'll have a chat with you once we're on the way, shall we say. See you in a jiffy. Right, 239 miles to that tank. Okay, first leg done, Land's End. 1:30. We're a wee bit ahead of schedule, that's good. Made good time there, so we can have that. That'll do, grab a quick picture, and then on our way. So here we are, we're at Land's End. It's actually 20 to 2, and according to my schedule, I thought I'd be here at 4. So I'm a fair bit ahead at the moment, which is good, because that's going to give me time to sleep. Pardon me, I'd sort of scheduled it worst case scenario, and that was without any sleep stops at all. It was just how long, you know, it was going to take to ride X amount of miles. Well, obviously, you can... Oh, sync them up, 1, 2, 3. Well, obviously, you can
make up some time, can't you? And that's important. Getting the sleep in is really important. When you're tired, you just have to stop, folks. It's just not worth it. But I tell you, this thing has made those miles an absolute breeze. Right, let's get the old heated jacket back on. Bosh. Done. Right, next stop. St. David's. Oh, it would be. The bloody key. Will that fit in there? Yeah, should do. Right. There we go. Let's get going. I'll have a quick chat with you. So that is it. That's the grand total. There's no time here to do any of the touristy stuff. We're really up against it with this full Monty run. For me, when I've done this before, St. David's is the killer. You know, this one in St. David's, then you're like, right, that's 2 out of the 4 done, or 5 if you include the bit to get home. But I've got to say, this first bit has been remarkably easy, remarkably easy compared to what it usually is. Yeah, I am. The last couple of times I've tried this has been on, you know, I did it on the 125cc, did it on the electric. Glasses are steaming up, hang on. So both those times I knew fine well that I was never going to get it done in 48 hours. It was just purely to do it and see, you know, how long it would take. So I think maybe I was more inclined to stop. Mind you, the electric I had to stop a lot and get the bike charged up. The 125, I mean, I just had to stop and stretch. My body was in tatters. The time before that I tried it was on the 1250 GSA. Remember the one that broke down? Where we're heading now in St. David's. I did that straight off of night duty, so I finished nights and then went straight to the dealership. Not the best thing in the world to have done, I admit, but I was different then, you know. I was used to surviving on an hour, 2-3 hours sleep a night. I never used to sleep much. These days, I'm older and I've had 4 years now, almost 5 years of normal sleep patterns where I am sleeping 5-6 hours, sometimes more a day. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting to see how I cope with this. So that is us. I'm not going to have a chat about the bike yet. We've got a lot of time together to cover that, so let's head to St. David's. I'll chat to you when we're in Wales. See you in I was going to say see you in your Tadger, that's wrong. See you in a bit. Right then folks, that's us. We're now in Welsh Wales. If you're in the know, we're on the M4, we just passed the Celtic Manor. I'm saying we, it's me obviously, but you're with me, so it's a we. It is just coming up for 5:10 at night. I've just noticed that clock is 12 hours out, so it's showing 5 in the morning. It's not, it's 5 at night. 7 minutes past 5 PM. Yeah, feeling good. Yeah, feeling very good. Just filled up with fuel again. We are going to see quite a bit of traffic till we get through this stretch. There's not much chance of filtering either because I've got these big old boxes on. Might be able to filter a bit, but let's try it. Got to remember that with these panniers on, this big GSA is actually wider than the handlebars, so you have to keep that in mind when you're filtering. On this new 1300 GSA, the lower engine crash bars has like lugs on it which stick out, so you just got to keep all this in mind when you're looking at your gaps. Right, we're 505 miles in so far. So we left at 9 o'clock, well just before 9 this morning, so it's 8 hours in, we've done 505 miles. That's not bad at the moment. Quite a bit ahead of schedule. but I've started to feel a little bit tired. I've stopped twice now for fuel. Both times I've put some coffee in on board, but you can only do that a certain amount of times before you have to have some kip. So at the moment I'm thinking probably get to St David's, make a bit of headway through Wales from St David's, and then probably look to grab a wee kip somewhere. But by that point we're going to be late tonight, if not into early hours of tomorrow. So far I'm feeling really good compared to previous runs of this. Feel fresh as a daisy, to be honest. Let's see. Famous last words, eh? Right, let's get back to it. Recognise here, this is where I broke down on the 1250 GSA. This is us at St David's. So I'm just going to pop down into the town, grab a picture next to the cathedral, as I always do. What are we at? We're at 20 to 8 in the evening. So, God, it's not even 12 hours. It's about 11 hours I think I've been on the bike at the moment. Done 600 odd miles. Right folks, that's us. We're here at St David's. Can you see St David's in the background? That's us at St David's, second stop down, 627 miles in 11 hours. We're on a good schedule at the moment, but I've not had to have a sleep yet. Next step is a big long run all the way up to John of Groats, so I'll no doubt I'll need a couple of kips on that, and we're going to be going through the night. Whew. Yeah, this is traditionally, this is like the big hurdle over, but I feel fresh as a daisy at the moment, so I think it's going to be flipped on this one, and the second half of this challenge, up to John of Groats and then back down, that's going to be the toughie. Anyway, let's see how we do. What is this automatic box like? What is this self-learning automatic box like? Well, I notice a little bit of learning by the box in that it seems to hold the gear a little bit longer now than it did before, but it is still, when you're riding in auto, it is still a constant battle where it'll run you up to 5th or 6th and you've got to continually, stamp your way down through the box and no, I want 4th or I want 3rd, and it'll be like, nope. The second you set yourself up for a corner, as soon as you touch the throttle, if I'm in 3rd, it'll whack me into 4th, and sometimes run on into 5th. That is still there. Obviously, if you run it in manual, then it's lovely. Just blipping your way up and down through the box is beautiful. But what's the point in having an auto? You may as well just have the manual bike, and you've got a blipper and a quick shifter. On that topic, the gear changing in auto is still horrendous. I mean, I'll show you later when under real acceleration, say a slip road joining onto a motorway or something. I've done a lot of motorway miles so far. I mean, the whole bike is like juddering massively, even at under hard acceleration. It's just not good. Manual, the gear changes are much smoother. Don't know why that is, but I want to try the different modes now, because I tried them before but I didn't include them in the edit for the GS ASA, and a lot of people have asked. So, but again, look, they're not backlit, these buttons, so I can't see where the mode button is. Let's see here. Right, got some lights coming up. I wish BMW would give us backlit. Right, okay, so it's about there. Okay, so let's whack it into road. So that's me now in road. Let's see what the I'm in auto. I'm in road mode. Okay, should be doing 40, sorry. Again, you know, that's in fifth, and you can just feel the bike labouring. It's just changed up. I mean, the bike was struggling in fifth, and it's changed up to sixth gear. What are you doing? Right, so I've just overridden that, whacked it down into third. God, it's already put us up into fifth. 40, in fact, I'm in sixth at 41 miles an hour. It's insane. So I'll override that, put me down into fourth. Again, it's changed up to fifth. No, I want fourth because I want the engine braking for this corner at the bottom. Okay, it held fourth. That's good. Nope, now it's just gone up to fifth. So again, change that back down to fourth. It's just put me into fifth. See what I mean? It's a constant battle. It's just a constant battle with this. Right, I'm back in dynamic pro mode. It feels much more abrupt gear changes in road mode as well. Putting it back into dynamic pro, I can definitely feel that it's holding, certainly third and fourth, it's holding that a bit longer now. But the gear changes, it's weird. Sometimes I can be doing the same speed, there's no difference on the speed. I can be doing the same speed, the same sort of acceleration. Sometimes the gear changes are beautifully smooth, and other times they literally shake the bike so much, they're so harsh, that the whole bike like jolts massively. It's weird, I can't see what the cause is, why the gear change is so rough sometimes, and other times it's beautifully smooth. But yeah, I mean, I would just never contemplate riding this in road mode unless it was like, well, even then I was going to say the only time I go to road mode on the manual GS is if there's a lot of crud in the road or it's particularly icy, just to smoothen out the throttle response. But that makes no difference when you're on an auto. And if anything, it's even joltier, it's horrible in road, so I would still leave it in dynamic. I'm not going to bother with an enduro, I mean that's meant for gravel and off-road. You can see in dynamic it's holding fourth gear, whereas it's just popped up in fifth, whereas in road mode it was constantly ramming right up into sixth all the time. Even if I would stamp it back down into fourth, it'll just go straight back up to sixth. Dynamic definitely feels like it's learnt, but it's still, you know, look, that was in sixth, I whacked that down to fourth, I'm holding a constant throttle, it's just gone to fifth now, and gone into sixth, so it still does go back up through the box. The only way you're going to stop that is by going into manual mode, but again, what's the point of having an auto? I mean, it's best of both worlds, I suppose. I do understand that. So, you know, those times when you do just want to chill, you can whack it in auto and it just sorts itself out. Plus in manual, you know, it will still override you, so that if you're pulling up to some lights or something, you can pull up in fourth and it'll drop down into second and first. So yeah, I do get it, but it's just not my style of riding. I would 100% have a manual over the auto, as in a full manual box over auto.
Right, it's 1:30 in the morning. I'm at T-Base Services. I'm starting to do the old nod and dog, so it's I'm stopping, have a little kip, and then we'll get going again. Night night.
Right, have a look at this. This is what I mean about the hard acceleration. Right, watch how jolty this is. Oh. I mean, it's like almost painful. It's unreal. It's been like that at just cruising along speeds on backcountry roads or flat out hard acceleration. and then other times it's really smooth, so I have no idea. God, my visor is totally condensed up. I've just had a sleep, pulled in at the services near Ness and just had a wee like 20-minute kip on the floor. Sorry if it's noisy with loads of wind noise. I've got to keep my visor open at the moment to try and clear all that condensation, because I was snoring like a good one. I woke myself up. Anyway, it's 8:10 in the morning. We're just near Ness, just north of Inverness. Yeah, all good. It's all going, dare I say it, remarkably well so far.
Break my heart, leave me hurt. The next one just gonna do me worse. So if they all no good, I'll just be bad with you.
Do you want a Groats? It's just safe from here on in. Right, picky time. Just been up taking a picture at the signpost. Took a quick bit of video. It's too windy though. I couldn't talk to the camera because it's too windy. So I'll talk to you when we lid. So we are currently 1,313 miles in to the challenge, and we now have to turn round and head south 682 miles to Ness Point in Lowesoft, and then, assuming we get there, the last leg is back to Group 1 in Brighton, and I've got just under 24 hours to do it. It's faff, it's just faff, isn't it, all this stuff? This keeps doing that, remote key not in range. I mean, I've had it in there, I've got it in my pocket now. The bike keeps starting, but it constantly says remote key not in range. Gloves when you've got cold, wet hands. Awesome. Let them on full for now. Heat them up. And off we jolly well. Oh, need to crack this open a bit. The glasses are steaming up. The joys of wearing glasses, eh? Oh, I'll tell you what, that's a cold wind. Sheesh. Saying 9 degrees, it feels about blooming -2. You might actually be able to see some of the country now it's in daylight. See you in a bit. I've just been thinking about what I just said there about the bike. That's not all I've got to say about the bike at all. Obviously you're going to want to know about comfort, aren't you? I've got to say, this so far has been one of the easiest and most enjoyable of these endurance rides I've done. I mean, I enjoyed doing the 125 and all those other things just because it was novel, you know, it was something different. But genuinely, this has just been absolutely fine. This bike is crazy. I mean, it is so comfortable. See, okay, yeah, I mean, you get a sore arse, but I've been on the bike for 25 hours, pretty much non-stop. And literally, if my bum does start getting sore, I just sort of stand up a little bit, squat, even just 5 seconds off the seat, sit back down again, good as gold. The wind protection from the, you know, this massive tank, this big old screen, the wind deflectors down there, I mean, the GSA just nails it, doesn't it? You're sort of cocooned. That being said, when you're doing these endurance rides, folks, there's no, like, cheat code. It does hurt, you know, like, you do get tired, my body does hurt, your arse does hurt at times, your legs and your arms, your hands, things hurt, but you just have to, I mean, you just got to swallow it up. Put your big boy pants on, big girl pants on, whose ever pants you want to put on, put them on and just get on with it, get it done. That's really, there's no secret to it. Do you want to do it or not? That's it. It's my secret to endurance rides. Man up, get on with it. And if that term man up offended anybody out there, this is not the channel for you. So thanks for stopping by, see you later, enjoy.
And I know the wicked never try my best, but there's some lessons hard for me to learn. Like good boys don't play with bad girls. Good boys stay away from them.
Oh, good.
The A9, awesome. Ah, traffic lights, that's why. Cool. I was just about to say, the sun's starting to set. It is 1:15. We're up north. It's warmer than down where we started. Down in the southeast yesterday morning, it was -3.
Bad girls, them bad girls. The good ones just can't get me high, so I be falling.
Well, I reckon we best crack on with this before we lose the light. So, kit. Well, may as well start with the heated kit, seeing as I'm putting it all on. It's a faff, it is a faff. I wear the case stuff. I've tried case, I've tried gerbing, aka garbage, won't touch it. It ended up giving me like 3rd degree burns. I've still got a massive blister here and a couple on my back. No, I won't be touching that stuff again. It's a manufacturing issue. Gerbing know about it, but they're still pumping the kit out. But, oh well, I stick with case, and I've got the case heated jacket, which I've got on underneath this, and the case heated gloves. I've used them battery operated and off the bike, and I'll tell you what, I used them battery operated initially, wasn't that impressed. Almost sort of dismissed these, thinking, right, they're just not hot enough. Wow, heat them off the bike, they're so much hotter. To the extent where you often have to turn them down. I've got them on full whack at the moment, but I have just done 2,000 miles in about a day and a half, so I'm feeling it at the moment. Oh, look how violent that gear change is. It's shocking. Anyway, heated kit, yes, case. I'll go case all the way. Sorry, I was a little bit self-conscious of people round about me there. I always feel a right idiot talking to cameras when there's people there. It's only been like 15 years, I should be used to it by now, shouldn't I? Ah well, never mind. So that's a heated kit. Base layers, I wear, they're an Italian company, Roadskin stock them. I bought them off the Roadskin website. Can't remember the name, but I've been wearing them for the last year. I've had them up to 49 degrees in Morocco, and I've got to admit that was pretty warm. And I've had them down to -7. Yeah, great. Honestly, if you do the base layer thing, so you wear base layers, don't bother with the cotton t-shirts and all that sort of stuff. It's just base layers and then your bike kit. They do a fantastic job of regulating your heat, keeping you cool when it's hot, warm when it's cold. They don't pong as much either, and you can easily and quickly wash them in the sink when you get to your digs. Of an evening, just give them a quick wash, wring them out, hang them up, and they'll be dry for the morning. So that's the base layers. I'll leave links actually in the description. I think you get 10% off. I don't get any kickback from them because there's not enough of a markup in them apparently. But that's no drama, it's the good bits of kit. You fill your boots, enjoy. So I've got the base layers, then I've got my case heated jacket. Then on top of that I wear the padded puffer jacket that you get with the Rucker Nivala suit. Then I've got my Rucker Nivala suit over the top. Ooh, socks! Now my mate Jamie, thank you Jamie bought me these gold top socks which he'd been going on about. Oh blimey, I totally forgot there was average speed cameras. Too busy talking to you lot. Yeah, Jamie was telling me all about these gold top socks and saying how good they were for biking. So he bought me a pair. Thank you very much, Jamie. And I'm wearing them, and he's not wrong. Oh my god, they're beautiful. They're like knee-high socks, but wow, they've kept my feet nice and warm. Don't bunch up. They're lovely. Feel really nice in your bike boots. I've got a buff on, one of my own buffs, available at TeapotOne.com, and then my lid. And that is it. That's my kit. I'm wearing the Krieger rucksack, the R13 rucksack. I always wear a rucksack. Just that I carry things like first aid kit, puncture repair kit, always, and visor cleaner and all that sort of stuff.
battery packs, they're always in my rucksack. So anything that I want to keep an eye on, that will go in my rucksack, and I'll just cart that with me. That's me. Right, what about hints and tips for long distance riding? Right, we're losing light levels, so let's crack on with this. I would say regular stops, so either stopping for fuel. The stopping for fuel is the best one. You know, if you can make it, when you stop and fill up, jump off the bike and just have 5 minutes stretching. You'll feel like a complete muppet, but you know, just like bend over, touch your toes, just have a little bit of a stretch, a yoga session. 5 minutes, it's all you need, just to get the blood moving around your extremities again. And honestly, you will reap the rewards for that. Try not to have like energy drinks, you know, Red Bull and Monster and all these sorts of things. Just sugar, anything with a big high sugar content. All you're going to get is you're just going to get a massive like peak in your insulin levels or your energy levels, and then there'll be a massive slump at the other end of that. That's what you don't want. That's when you're going to be on the bike and you're going to start nodding off. Lots of water. If you can't do the water, I've got to admit, I do caffeine, I do have coffee, I do have black coffee, and if I'm feeling particularly sort of knackered, I'll maybe chuck a brown sugar in it. Kind of defeating what I've just said, but it seems to work for me anyway. In terms of eating, I tend to go light. If you eat meat, like biltong, packets of biltong, they're great. Little and often, I would say, is the best. For me anyway. Maybe you might be different. You might be able to sit and have a massive, great big dinner halfway through the ride, if you've got the time, and you have no negative effects from that. Me, I would be welded to the pan for the next day or two, so I can't do that. But I just find little and often, plenty of fluids, and that does wonders for me. When I am tired, and you will get tired, you know, if you're riding non-stop for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, whatever it is, then just stop. I mean, I will literally get off the bike, lie on the ground next to it in a parking space, and just go to sleep. And I'll set my alarm clock for like 15-20 minutes, half an hour maybe if I'm particularly knackered, but I'll just set my alarm. And it's amazing what a 15-20 minute power kip will do for you. But yeah, if you're tired, stop. It is not risking your life or anyone else's for the sake of what? Look at me, I can ride X amount of miles in however many hours. Just keep the heat on these things, folks. Be sensible. Right. That's us just turned off onto the A66. So we're going to head from the west of the country across to the east and then down the east side. Oh, I'm feeling it now, I've got to say. I stopped for a little power kip there, had about 20-minute power kip. Felt amazing when I woke up, but as soon as I got kitted up and back on the bike, oh, I feel like I've been run over by a truck. Everything's killing me. Wrists are sore, knees are sore, arse is sore, neck's sore, shoulders are sore. Wow. These sort of endurance rides, folks, they really are mental. It's all mental. Just keep focused on what you want to do. Just focus on the end game. Make it happen. And you will. Sometimes you just break it down into little chunks, you know. Next 10 miles, next 20 miles, whatever, 50 miles, 100 miles, whatever's manageable for you. Just break it down. Tick those little chunks off. Right. Guess what? The A1's shut. I'm on a diversion at the moment. Oh, never count your chickens. How many times do I say that? Oh, and I've switched on the pure video setting on these cameras, so what is the night vision like? You tell me. The only light we've got is headlights at the moment. There's no street lights, there's nothing like that. It's purely headlights. What does it look like? Now, I've got the new Insta Ace Pro 2s, which I haven't even unboxed yet, but I'll need to do a full review of that. I had been working on a full review of these, the original Ace Pros. Do you still want that? Or do you just want the Ace Pro 2 now? Is there any point in me doing one for the Ace Pro? Let me know. Tell me what you want. What you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Yeah, I'm definitely delirious. Lack of sleep now. Oh, this last bit here, this bit to Ness Point, Felixstowe. Is that like East Anglia or wherever it is? This bit that sticks out on the east of the UK. There's no motorway system out here. Everything's on these A roads. It just takes forever to get anywhere. Like at night time, there's no street lights at all. So I have a tinted visor. I always wear a tinted visor. Yeah, whatever, I know. But I always wear one. And at night time, when there's no lights, you can't see anything. So I've got to flip. Woman. You got to ride with your visor up. So I'm freezing my face off. It's currently 5 degrees. And I feel like I've been on the road for about 9 years in this section. It just takes forever, this bit. But we're getting there. We are 87 miles away from Ness Point, which is about an hour and 45 minutes here. Ness Point, the biggest anticlimax ever. You'll see why very soon. Right, we're here. This is Ness Point. I mean, you're right at the back of some industrial factories and stuff. It's a proper letdown. And the actual sign thing is down here. It's down there and in the pitch black, so you can't even see it. It's like a big compass thing on the floor. Yeah, this is it. So that's us. 2,155 miles, I think I'm at now. And now 3.5 hours back to Group 1. 20 past midnight. So yeah, we should get in about 4 in the morning. So 5 hours ahead of schedule. However, we're not there yet. I am tired now. I am so sore. My body is killing me. But anyway, let's make our way to Group 1 and we can have a proper chat. Right, watcha. I'm here, back where it all started, Group 1 in Brighton. There she is. All done. 2,330 odd miles, I think it was. Got here just before 6 o'clock. I had an hour's break at Clackett Lane as well, so I could have been here even earlier, but I still have to sit and sleep on the floor until Group 1 opens up and I can get my bike. What have I thought of this bike? Well, has it changed my view of auto? No. Personally, I can't see the point in it, really. Auto's handy if you want to be lazy. You know, if you're sat in traffic and you can't be bothered changing gears and stuff, then the auto's good for that. Maybe if you have some sort of disability that inhibits your use of the clutch, yes. Or maybe you just like the auto. If you like auto, fine, but it is not my cup of tea. The self-learning, didn't really notice it too much, to be honest. And when I did, it was holding second and third gear, but it was holding it way too much. Give me a manual gearbox any day of the week. However, that bike, the GSA, handles like a GS, looks like a GS. Yeah, I liked it. I did like it. However, I prefer the handling of the standard GS, not the GSA. This still almost like understeers. Maybe it's just because I'm used to the GS, but
the GSA definitely needs more input to get it in and round corners when you're knocking on a bend. I still prefer the standard GS, although I wish mine was a little bit higher, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, that's me done. I'm waffling now. Massive thank you to Will and all the folks here at Group 1 for helping me out with this one, and a big thanks to BMW UK for jumping on board and giving me a bike to smack 2,500 miles on it. Hope you've enjoyed this one, folks. I am pretty shattered now. I feel like I've been down the gym. I'm going to lie on the pavement and go to sleep for an hour or two, and then hopefully nab a free coffee off of the Group 1 boys. Right, keep doing your thing. Look after those that you love. Get on out there whenever you can and live your life. Woo-ah!